Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but here at Twit4 Media, we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gentleman still stand. Gentlemen, aspiring gentlemen, and of course, our partners that hold us down. I'm Ron Grant, and you're watching Season 7 of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. Now don't worry, it's not about suits and bow ties, but instead real-life lessons of real-life heroes that we translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. And thank you all for taking this journey with me. Perhaps one of my youngest guests to date in the show's history, the one and only Dakari Wheatley Adams, who is a content creator and filmmaker. He is no stranger. This is exactly where he is all the time in front of camera, giving us a lot of content, joyous content, of course, and also making us think. We're going to talk about his journey as well as his inspiration and what is up next for this young professional. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. As promised, we are discussing and sitting down with the man himself, the one and only Dakari Wheatley Adams. Dakari, thank you for your time. Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Thank you.
And welcome to our platform. So as I said in the introduction, you are literally right at home. You are very used to being in front of the camera and creating content through short films and what have you. For those who don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you and what are you up to these days?
Okay, I am a content creator, filmmaker, as you said before. I'm a very ambitious young man, a man who likes to follow in the footsteps of the people who were before me. And surprisingly, I'm a person who is interested in history and learning about the past.
Okay. Yeah. So when you say, we're gonna get to a lot of that. That was some interesting stuff you said there. But how did you get into filmmaking?
Honestly, it was like a domino effect of like different events in my life. Well, it firstly started off with an internship with my good now friend Camroy Frost. And from like after I finished the internship with him, it didn't necessarily mean that I was like I'll go for filming, but then I put up my first YouTube video, or my first consistent YouTube video on YouTube in grade 12, the first day of school. And then from there, I just kept putting out YouTube videos, and my love for film just kept growing. Okay.
Now, you are a recent graduate at the Elmore South High School, and you were the only boy in the top 10.
Yep.
I want to talk about that because even in that year, observing you did quite a bit.
True.
You were in a film competition. You had a number of extracurricular activities going on. How were you able to succeed so well academically with all that you had going on?
Honestly, I would say time management, but even though I'm not the best person to talk about time management, but it's just keeping your priorities in order, doing what needs to be done first, and then, following after.
Okay. And what did it mean to you to be the only boy in the top 10
Honestly,
of your graduating class?
I was expected it, but when the announcements came, I was like, wow, I actually did this, and it actually made me feel accomplished that I could have such a have such a feat. And it also made me think of my grandfather, because he always was pushing me to be my best. Yeah.
I want to stay there a bit because you mentioned earlier walking in the footsteps of people who have come before you. I know, but persons outside watching in may not know how much you love and admired your grandfather. Can we talk a little bit about the late Linton Wheatley, that relationship and what he meant to you?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So He's my grandfather on my mother's side. I grew up with him. He raised me. I used to go to church with him pretty much every Sunday in a year. When I was little with him, I was like, why gotta go to church all the time? I didn't want to do all of this all the time. But as I grew older, I understood the values that he was trying to instill in me, and thinking back on it, I just wish I could have spent more time with him because even coming down to the last bit of months I was with him, I wasn't really with him.
Okay.
I was just, let me say, just day in the house, good morning, good afternoon, and then back on my thing, playing my game. But, ever since he passed and, I really been thinking and growing as a person, I'm like, I should have really spent more time with him. Like, I still have some questions I want to ask him, but I can't ask him and you just have to live with that.
Yeah, understood. Well, I think you should be appreciative of the time that you did have.
Yep.
And most importantly, I think what you just described is important. Sometimes we're present, as in we're in the same space, but we're not engaged with our loved ones, whether it's our friends or otherwise. So I'd say this, I do think that he would be extremely proud of you. So for that reason alone, you should be thankful.
Thank you.
In addition to your success in your academics, you were the winner of the BVI Film Commission's recent held Say Less film competition. And that really, I think, allowed persons who may not have known about your work before to have that opportunity. Where do you see yourself perhaps taking content creation and filmmaking?
Honestly, as I said before, I'm a very ambitious person. So eventually, like I would say next 5 to 10 years, I would see myself as a prominent content creation figure, not just in the BVI alone, but in the region and possibly the world. And on the other side, in terms of filmmaking, I want to, build the filmmaking industry in the BVI to something where, let's say a filmmaker wants to make something, it could even be shown in UPs or in other cinemas around the world.
Beautiful. Do you have any upcoming projects that you're working on at this time?
Tides of Brotherhood, the film that made me win the competition. I'm actually continuing the series and actually making it an actual production.
Excellent.
As well as, I'm joining the film competition this year, the 284 film competition. And eventually, I guess that will go to the public, so I guess you can say that as well.
Okay, excellent. Now, you are a first-year student at the H. Levy Stout Community College.
Indeed.
What are you studying, and how do you plan to use that degree to better yourself?
I'm studying business. Filmmaking is a business. Content creation is a business.
Absolutely.
I don't necessarily need to go to school to learn content creation or filmmaking because I have people around me and, different mentors to help me on that side. But before I went to school, I was like, I'll study the business to learn the business aspect and combine the two.
Understood.
Yeah.
When it comes to content, and for us, we digest a lot of content. True. What are some of the shows? Who are some of the people you watch these days?
Let me see. Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael B. Jordan with the Creed series specifically, and some Marvel and DC movies.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Do you have a favorite genre at this point?
I would like to say, funny enough, right? My grandfather, he like shooting movies or action movies. He used to call them shoot 'em up, bang bang. So I guess you could say action movies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful. When you look at your generation of greatness, your generation of young professionals, is there something that you are concerned about when it pertains to your age group and your demographic that you would like to see perhaps improved? Maybe your peers pay more attention to it. What are some of the issues
I would say, I actually had this conversation with my good friend Jamar, also a content creator. We were literally talking, it was like last week. It was about the state of the world. Like, there are so many different things that are going on in this world today. And I think we as young people kind of shy away from it. Everybody they're just digesting content, just keeping it. And then if you really think about all the stuff that's going on around us in terms of it has wars, it has different political issues. So it really made us wonder, when the older folks leave, what will become of this world? Because I can't imagine someone who's just on TikTok 24 hours and just scrolling, leading this country. It's like, who is going to be the next premier? Who is going to be the next president of the US? Like, these are things that we as young people, we don't really pay attention to. And it's kind of scary to see where the world will be in a couple of years.
Because we've become so engulfed in social media, you mean?
I would say so, yes. Okay. I mean, social media is good to keep us social, but the primary purpose of social media was to keep us social, keep us more active. But I think it kind of took away that social aspect. And it's just people just using it as a way to escape from reality. Agreed.
Totally agree. How do you separate, as a content creator and a filmmaker, how do you separate social media and the perception to what is actually real and sincere to you?
Honestly, I would just say, I mean, like, me personally, sometimes I just have to catch myself. I'm like, why am I scrolling so much? Let me go spend some time with my grandmother, spend some time with my cousins, go on a drive with them. Like, just the things that are real in life, because social media will always be there. You can always sit on scroll. The same video will always be there. So, as going back to, like, the situation with my grandfather, I didn't honor the time that I had with him as much as I should. So now that I have people that love me, people that I love, I'll really spend time with them so I don't end up in the same predicament as I was with my grandfather.
Amazing. And he was definitely one of the main persons, but holistically, who are some of the people that you are grateful for on this journey who have really contributed to your growth and development?
Cameron Frost, the mentor, he really, even though he still helps me where I need help, I ask him some questions. Surprisingly, well, to some people, my peer, Jamar, me and him have a lot of deep conversations.
In the same industry, yeah?
Yep, same industry, and then we technically the same age.
Correct.
Dane Peters, even the film commissioner, Natalie, as well.
Miss Hodge, yes.
Miss Hodge, yes. So it's just different people.
Like-minded people.
Yep.
Good,
yep.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the one and only the man himself, Dakari Wheatley Adams, who is sharing his insight and story into essentially what brings him joy, content creation and filmmaking. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Attention Anegada residents! Attention Anegada residents! CCT is coming to you! That's right! CCT will be visiting Anegada every third Wednesday of the month. Need to pay your bill? Sign up for a new service? Or have a customer service concern? CCT has got you covered. No need to leave the island. CCT is here to make staying connected easier than ever. Mark your calendars for every third Wednesday starting October 16th and visit us for all your CCT service needs. For more information, call us at 444-4444 or follow us on any of our social media pages. See you soon, Anegada!
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to pay for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and a pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. We are in the heart of season 7 with the man himself, Dakari. Dakari, early in the conversation, you mentioned about being concerned as to what our world and our political leadership would look like in the next 10, 20 years because of how much social media impacts our lives now. But when you look at the BVI particularly, and where we're going, what would you like to see for this territory as a young professional? Where would you like to see us go?
In terms of what specifically?
In terms of development, in terms of even for content creators and filmmakers, opportunities.
I don't want to make this come off as like prideful, but in terms of like content creation and what's not, I will be the person to level up content creation and filmmaking in the BVA. I will be the person to do that, and I'm speaking it into existence. But in terms of like development and what's not, I would like to see in a couple of years, our infrastructure get better. I mean, our crime rate isn't as bad, but I would like to see that get better as well. It's just overall in the spectrum, I just want us to level up. Great. Because recently I went to LA last month, and people are like, "Oh, the US is this, the US is that. It's so good." I mean, in terms of like education and what's not, it may be good, right? But when I went and I saw how these people operate, saw how life is up there, it actually made me appreciate the BVA a lot more. I'm not gonna lie to you, because in LA there is a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of the same thing going on, a lot of copycat. But the BVA isn't like that. It's just real. So when I went up there, I was like, I just really appreciate home. I can't even lie to you.
Amazing. And I think that was a lesson in itself, because you realize, like social media, as we mentioned before, what we see and the hype that is, whether it's LA or San Francisco or New York, perhaps isn't always the most authentic. Let's talk about the Virgin Islands and your love, because you appreciate it so much more than ever now. Ask you a few questions. Do you have a favorite beach?
Favorite beach. Okay, I would say Brewers Bay Beach.
Okay, good choice. Do you have a favorite cuisine? Favorite Totola food to eat? VI food.
VA food. Let me see. Coconut taco.
Yeah, that's a pastry. Sure.
The best that.
Okay, if that's your selection, no problem. Favorite drink.
Favorite drink. BVA Springs.
You gotta stay hydrated.
Stay dehydrated.
There you go. And of course, favorite sister island.
Ooh, favorite sister island. Joss Van Dyke.
Good choice as well. And I know the answer to this, but because I've asked many of my guests it before, I will offer you the same courtesy. If you could take someone from Virgin Islands yesteryear, that simply means that the person has passed on. They're no longer with us. It could be personal or professional. If you could take them to lunch or dinner one more time, who would it be?
Yeah, that's that question. My grandfather.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I figured that.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. What would you like your peers? They don't have to be in content creation. They could be in fashion, acting, whatever it is. What do you say to your peers who are looking on and they are apprehensive, they're nervous, they don't feel confident in fulfilling their dreams? There's always that period where persons are in a bit of a limbo. What do I want to do? What do I want to study? What would you say to them? What encouragement would you give to your peers?
Honestly, I would say just dip your feet in everything and put yourself out there. Because, I mean, that's also kind of like how I got into film at the same time. Because the internship that I took, I didn't even want to take it in the first place. But who would have known that I would have come this far with it? So, I mean, at that point in time, I was like doing film, I was doing track, volleyball, all these different things. And then the one thing that stuck with me, I stuck with it. So I would say the same thing for my peers. Just do everything or do enough so that you don't regret certain things in the past.
Understood.
I mean, in the future, my bad.
Understood. Well, Dakari, I want to thank you so much for coming on the coach on the set and chatting with me. We are immensely proud of you. We are immensely proud of not only your academic success, but your growth as an individual, and the fact that you have thrown yourself into the content creation and filmmaking industry. There could never be enough of us. And even if it is something as comical as the school flooding, something in Rotown taking place, we could rely on you to really put it into perspective for us. And I do sincerely agree, and I love the fact that you have really called it into existence, that you will be a pioneer for your industry. So kudos to you. Keep it up, and I know that we're going to continue to see really, really amazing things from you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Viewers, that is all the time we have. We have been here with the one and only Dakari Wheatley Adams, a content creator and filmmaker in the Virgin Islands, doing his damn thing. We're so proud, and we continue to feature the best and brightest of this generation. You've been watching The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7. Let's go. I'll see you next week.